Sorry, take one, yeah?
No, I didn't.
Mine is Chief Chamuka, the sixth from Zambia. Anybody with the age of 18 and any other age above 18 is free to contract marriage. So what we have done in our chiefdom is that we have 21 years as a guiding principle on age to contract marriages. But there is a slight exception. For our children who have reached 18 years, they have completed their primary school, they have completed their secondary school, their university, and their employment. Why should we restrict them to 21 when in fact they are free, they are out of school? Because our ambition, our mission is to ensure that our children have learned, our children are free. So there is no punishment given to our children or parents who have children who have reached 18 years and these children are out of school and they are working.
So we request that to have a private meeting.
So we have done well.
Definitely.
Oh! We work together. You work together? You're here. Good to see you. Yeah, sure. Oh, okay. Perfect to see.
My commissioners and messengers went throughout Lango and gathered information. They brought the information back to me, and we used this information to come out with strategies. But at the same time, we also informed government of whatever we were doing.
But also of late, we are really looking critically, examining as to whether a child who has gotten pregnant by accident should not be allowed to proceed with school. And on many occasions, we have quietly allowed these children to go on with education. It is therefore essential to note that at this moment, that the most important design of our home growth and African solutions to our challenges, such as early marriages and teenage pregnancies, of our girls, conflict, poverty, among others, come to an end. Culture and African tradition has been always blamed, and we need to change that narrative of the traditional leaders and African traditional leaders of Africa at Colin Hotel in Lira, Uganda, for God and my country.
Leading a technical assistance. So it has been also conducting technical assistance and capacity building trainings. And with UN Women and Plan International, actually the compendium of marriage laws across 55 African countries was launched in November 2018. But they're also working on a brief copy of the compendium of child marriages for online platforms, so we can have access. And it is also published in different languages, actually. I have seen in French, Arabic.
Of girls in Uganda are married before their 18th birthday. And in fact, in northern Uganda, where we find ourselves today, the figure is even higher, and frequently. And we know that child marriage is linked to many other problems, not least amongst them gender-based and sexual violence in the home. With, in Uganda, 1 in 3 girls exposed to sexual violence before the age of 18. In an effort to reverse these global and regional trends, Plan International has come together across the region of Eastern and Southern Africa to address child marriage. We're working together with various stakeholders across the region, from governments, line ministries, health institutions, parents, youth groups, champions of change, other opinion formers, and of course religious leaders and community leaders such as the chiefs and chieftainesses. So a critical part of the strategy is engaging cultural and religious leaders. We know it's critical to addressing child marriage and realizing an end to child marriage in our lifetimes. We know that some of the traditional leaders amongst us have taken measures to introduce laws to ban child marriage in their chiefdoms and are championing change to social norms and practices that drive child marriage. They have an enormous role to play in promoting positive cultural values. They also have a critical role because we know they are among the most respected by society and the most listened to by families, by communities, and by their subjects. Among us here today, we have Teresa Kachindamoto from Malawi, who's led the way in her community to annul more than 300 child marriages, and has led the way to show that traditional leaders can play a bigger role in the fight to end child marriage. We also have amongst us today Chief Chamuka VI from Zambia, who left his high-profile and well-paid government role to take on a voluntary role in his community to address this challenge and to look after the welfare of his people. Of course, we also recognize His Highness Chi of Lano and Rodnonem of Kekwaro Acholi, who have made pronouncements in northern Uganda, in their kingdoms, to ban child marriage. We know that many of the others among you, coming from over 10 countries, have played similar heroic roles in your communities, and part of the reason we're here for these 3 days is to learn from your experience, to celebrate your success, and to develop further strategies to ensure we work together even more. We'll look at reviewing progress on the implementation of the Malawi Declaration adopted 2 years ago in 2017.
The Center of Excellence goal is to ensure to provide a space for early child marriage experts, focal points, and champions to share experiences. And so, but then of course, these direct beneficiaries who obviously have other young people around them who also benefit as well. So we should be reaching a much higher number. So this ministry has funded Plan International to implement projects in 4 countries: Zambia, Malawi, Tanzania, and Zimbabwe. Has integrated in other projects in South Sudan, Egypt, and Rwanda.